All right. Looks like I'm actually up. So before I actually go in, I'm gonna say I grinded a bit so I could fight the gargoyle, which is an optional boss. Um, he's level 60, but I'm like just under level 50 with everybody, and I did beat him already, so I know I can beat him. I'm just gonna try to beat him on stream again. Um, but I should be fine until the end of the game because the final boss is level 50. So for context, I was like level 38ish. So I don't know how long this last bit of the game is or how many fights there are and what level the enemies are, but I would assume they're higher level because I wouldn't be able to beat the boss at like 40 something, the final boss at like 40 something. It took preparing for the gargoyle for me to get confidently within reach of beating the gargoyle, and I can beat him pretty easily if things go correctly. If he does weird things, then he'll mess it up. But otherwise, it seems like I should be able to beat him. To get to the point where I can fight the gargoyle and to grind even and have a save available, I had to backtrack. And by backtracking, you start a cutscene. I skipped the cutscene yesterday just to see how strong the gargoyle is compared to how I was yesterday at level like 38 or whatever. But I recorded it so we could still see the cutscene, and it played all the way through with no problem. So I'm going to play the cutscene now. It's like 8 minutes. And then after that, we'll fight the gargoyle. I'm like right outside. I'm in the room that the gargoyle fight is in. So I just have to, I use a temporary save. I have all my MP and stuff. I just have to literally walk up to the gargoyle and the fight starts. So after this cutscene, then I will. After the cutscene, then I will fight the gargoyle. Oh yeah, also there's an item called Daniel's Arm. Roger mentions it that you need it to throw it into the cauldron to destroy Elaine's body. That item is in the storage room. It's close to the chandelier that the thief drops on you. So if you just go back to the storage room where the chandelier fell, next to the chandelier on the ground is Daniel's arm. It's, if you look a little bit, you'll notice that it's there. It's not that hard to see. You might not notice it. I don't even know if it's there before this point, but if it is, you probably just didn't notice it like I didn't. But I'm not sure if it was even there in the first place. I don't know if it spawned after Roger mentioned it or what, but yeah. Anyways, here's the cutscene. Hold on. How am I going to do this? I think I can just capture the monitor. Can I use this to capture the monitor? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how this works. No. Nope. Nope. There's one annoying thing about freaking Windows Media Player when it comes to streaming, is you can't capture it. Okay, well, hold on. How does this work? No, that doesn't work that way. Okay. Let me just add a thing. Window capture? Display capture. Okay, there we go. Here's the cutscene. I'll be quiet.
I'm going to begin my work. Can you two wait for me here?
And then, what happened to the girl Melanie?
She was gone the next morning. She left with practically everything in the room.
You don't have much luck with women, do you?
Well, you know what they say. The cleanest breakup is when a woman runs out on you.
What a loser statement. Oh, but you're lucky. I mean, to have so many people to kid around with. For me, I'm all alone. I've been all alone all my life.
What about your childhood?
Yes, I did have a childhood. I was born in a small town in Wales, right off the banks of the Taliesin River. It was a small gypsy town.
Gypsy?
That's right, gypsy. And we didn't call ourselves gypsy. We called ourselves Rom. See, a true gypsy is born under the blue sky and is destined to die under the same blue sky. It's gypsy law.
So then I guess you plan on dying underneath the blue skies.
Every gypsy is given a name at birth. My given name was Slato.
Slato? Mm-hmm. It's got a strange resonance to that name. What does it mean?
I can't tell you.
That too must be part of the law.
The law it is.
You know, ever since I met you, enigmatic, mysterious glint in your eyes. Man, it must be the gypsy in you. A glance from thy soul-searching eye can raise with hope, depress with fear.
Byron again?
Yeah.
You must really like him, don't you?
Yes. So I feel as though we're birds of a feather.
Then he must be self-obsessed as well.
I'd rather be classified as a romantic. My father was a strict man and couldn't forgive his son for failing academically. He blamed my failure on the time I wasted inventing adventures, dreaming of a utopian landscape. I was brought up to believe that dreams, the power of the imagination, as well as all the things I loved as a child, were useless, a complete waste of time. It was as if he was telling me I was useless. And then again, it may be just that. You know, I think I was probably born too late. By the time I was 15, everything there was to be done had already been done. The Western territories were colonized. The jungles had been explored. There was no wilderness for me to wander into. No jungles for me to cut my way through. I guess that's how I ended up roaming the country. Well, granted, I picked a few fights along the way, played with fire, gambled on my life a few times. But none of that comes close to the truth I'm searching for. I yearn for something far greater. I can't quite explain myself, but it's as though I'm on a quest for some intangible treasure of sorts. Koudelka, I envy you. You have psychic powers that few are blessed with. Being born a gypsy, you can choose to live how you wish.
And who gave you the right to act as if you figured me out? Do you have any idea how I was raised? You make me laugh. Adventures. Please, you haven't the slightest clue. Do you have any idea how much pain my psychic powers have brought me? My father died when I was only a child. I predicted the exact time, place, and ending of my father's life. Imagine that, predicting your own father's death. I was cursed as a child, being given powers not meant for a child. And my mother? Oh, she was so frightened and so full of hatred for me. She tried to kill me with her very hands. The gypsy elders got together and decided to excommunicate me. I was only 9 then. Do you have any idea how a 9-year-old child survives without the help of a living soul? Treasures, you must be joking. Have you ever cried and begged for your next meal? Did you ever sell your body, seeking shelter from the frigid night air? I used to be just like Charlotte. When she cried and said, "No one has ever loved me." Oh, her words cut straight through me. It was me she was talking about. Just like her, I wish that everybody would die and harbored a hatred for all mankind. But you see, Charlotte has made her peace. And gone to heaven. Me, I'm still alive and still all alone. No one has ever lent a helping hand. No one.
Koudelka, you?
I am not as free as you make me out to be. I am a poor, dirty, ignorant woman who threw her gypsy pride to the dogs in order to live. But you see, even someone like me can do good. Because with my powers, I can help ease the pain of others. That's when I feel good about living. I don't need to be loved. I just want my life to have some meaning. And just want someone to tell me they need me. You. No way will you ever understand.
It's done. It's completed.
Okay. So before I start saying anything, I want to say thanks to Kokabura. Yesterday he followed, or she, I don't know. Yesterday Kokabura followed and I did notice. So thanks. Is my freaking, my browser source thing is on, but it didn't. I don't think it played it. Let me just play it for kicks then, since it says I can redo it.
Oh my god!
There we go. But so I wanted to talk about that cutscene a little bit. So you learn a lot about Koudelka. That shit sucked. You learn a lot about Edward, even. That's kind of shitty that his dad is like that. Don't, like, I feel for him, but I don't really feel much for him. I don't know. I don't think they're going to change much anyways, though, if it's supposed to be a change, or you're just supposed to find out about their backstory, because I don't know. Because yesterday, at the cutscene whenever they go to the door and find out that they can't get through, and then decide to get the nitroglycerin in the first place. James like had already changed quite a bit in terms of how he acted, because he stopped putting up his front. Oh, excuse me. And I feel like he had made some change and stuff. You know, he'd become a slightly different person. Not necessarily totally different, but slightly different. We didn't know that he was putting up a front kind of in the first place. He tells him that he's going to sorry. He tells him that he's going to take responsibility for the situation, because he was supposed to protect Elaine, and so that they didn't need to get involved if they didn't want to. And then both Koudelka and Edward are like, "We're not doing this for you." And it's like, what? That doesn't even fucking make sense. That's not what he said. I just feel like they're not going to change even after that cutscene. And I haven't seen any cutscenes since. So that's Daniel's arm. You find it by the chandelier, like I said. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it's cool knowing their backstories, but I don't think it's going to change anything. They're still just going to be the same. I'm going to show you my setup, my gear, and my stats. Got Flare and Geyser to 3. So healing takes the longest to level up, because you only get 30 points per heal, and then all the attacks, Flare, Geyser, Tornado, and Megalith, you only get 40 points per usage, so it takes a long time. That's why Koudelka has next to no level 3s compared to James, who has a lot. So she has guns, but she isn't going to be using her weapon anyway. She's just going to be using magic. So Fortify Int I got to level 3 so she could use it on herself. And then she has Flare and Geyser. And these are her stats again. And the pluses are gear, which you can see up there with her name and her level and her HP and MP. I specifically was looking for P-males because they're the best armor. They give the most vit. So I was specifically fighting these armor dudes that show up in Patrick's quarters. If I remember, I'll mention where. Evil Horn is a weapon you get from a boss. Life Drinker, I think, is from a boss too. I got more P-mail. I got 3 of them, so it took a while. Well, for Edward, it doesn't matter what his magic is unless you build him to be a magical user, which you can do, but I didn't. He has... His fists are level 3, but I don't think I'll be using them because I got so many broadswords, and then I got big guns. So that's not just rifles, that's also shotguns and the crossbow. I got big guns up to rank 3, and then I got the knife to rank 3 just because I was leveling something else with James. So I had extra battles to go through, plus some stats I wanted to get. You see his stuff, and that's about it. It's possible you might get the star brooch instead of the flare brooch. I looked that up because I was wondering where to get the star brooch. The star brooch you get if you fight Charlotte. If you don't find her mom's letters, or you don't pray at her, I don't know if it's or and because I did get the letters and I prayed at her grave, so I'm not sure if it matters if you pray at her grave or not, but I did. So but you can get the star brooch instead of the flare brooch if you fight Charlotte. But I did get both the letters and pray at her grave, so I definitely got the flare brooch because I didn't fight her. Yeah, that's it. Then the mace, you get 2 mace. I think you can get maces randomly, but I got 2. This mace is slightly better than the one that you first get. And the first mace is a set thing. It's in a specific place and you pick it up off the ground, on a table maybe actually. And yeah, this one I'm using is slightly better than that one, at least in stats. I don't know if I think stats are random because I've had like 2 of the same weapon, like the maces, where one is stronger than the other. I recommend with the maces not using them to actually kill things because I've only gotten 1 other mace in the whole game. Same thing with the evil horn. I would not use it to actually kill anything. Now, there's an item that I tried to get with Koudelka, which makes her int a lot higher, and that is the cat's eye. Cats drop them in that room where you put the disc in the thing and get the research notes. The cats spawn in that room, in the save room right by there. They can drop the cat's eye, and it's better than the evil horn, I believe. Or at least for int, it's better than the evil horn. But yeah, so this is my setup. You already saw the stats. His heal's level 3. His reflect is level 3. I would have got revived to level 3, but you gotta have someone die to revive him, so. What up? No, I'm streaming. We can do that later. I got Fortify Strength up to level 3 because, well, I want to be able to do that. Same with Vitality and Int. I was working on Piety for magical defense, but I stopped whenever I was like, I'm good, I'm high enough level. So yep, that's my shit. So let's do this. Oh, and I'm specifically using Life Drinker on James because of its ability to heal whenever you hit it. It's like using a Vitality broadsword, but it's a lot stronger, I think. So yeah. Anyways, let's go fight this feckin' gargoyle. So I've muted myself because that's what I've been doing when I'm not talking. But I think I'm going to stay unmuted for this fight so I can explain my strategy. It's kind of a mix of two strategies that I read online. Not necessarily because I wanted a copy, but I was like... But I didn't know he had a magic attack until I read one of the first strategy. And then the second one is the reason why my people are set up this way. So... I'm going to... Wait, was that reflect? Yeah, okay. I'm going to reflect Koudelka first. So this boss has a melee attack, which doesn't honestly do too much but damage you. But he has a magic attack. Watch. Here's his melee attack. His magic attack will silence, paralyze, and poison. Poison isn't too big of a deal, but the paralysis can be an issue. And the silence was an issue for Koudelka and James, which is exactly why I'm reflecting, so that they don't get hit by it, actually. And the reason number 2 I'm reflecting is because their damage will get reflected back at them. So you do like 3,000 damage every time you reflect. So he like makes it faster to kill him. So here's why Life Drinker is on Edward. Well, he only attacked once. He's level 3. So level 3, you have the chance to attack 3 times. He only attacked once, because sometimes it's random whether they attack once, twice, or 3 times. But, so Reflect actually reflects your own spells, but if you use a spell on yourself, it gets reflected onto you anyways. So that's why I reflect Koudelka. So the reason Edward is the way he is because if he gets pushed back like that, and then the gargoyle comes forward, since James is behind him, he can't get pushed back any farther. Let's see what you can do health-wise. Come on, hit 3 times. Nope, only twice. Okay. Well, I'm going to heal him with James anyways before... Yeah, I'm going to heal him, and then I'll reflect James. But, so the reason I do that is because then Edward can't get pushed back any further, so the gargoyle can never melee James or Koudelka since they have lower vitality. Edward can take the melee hits, even though he loses a lot of health. He can take the melee hits. Koudelka and James would die in 1 hit. But they can take the magic hits. Edward will still take magic hits, but they're not as bad for him, so you don't reflect him. Plus, it's easier to heal him if you don't have reflect on him. plus, hold on, plus, he doesn't get targeted by spells all that often, so it's not that much of an issue. I just gotta hope he attacks Koudelka here, so that I can, reflect. No, he's gonna attack Edward, fuck. I think I'm going to use an item to heal Edward. Right now, I'm going to use an item so that I can reflect James, because I'm not taking another chance. I want to just use a high potion because I don't know how much health the regular potions heal. That should be enough for him to take another melee hit, because melee hits are 1.6k. Okay, now Koudelka's ready to start casting. She isn't going to do a shit ton of damage, but she's going to do almost as much as it does to itself. Fuck. Okay, if Edward has another turn, I'm going to freaking heal him again. Okay, so now for reflects up on him. So I think I explained everything. The reflect is so that it hits itself. Edward's in the front of James like this so that the gargoyle can't get in melee range with James and Koudelka. And James is healing Edward whenever he needs it, as well as reflecting him in Koudelka. I'm trying to think what else. See, he's not hitting Edward because he disappeared. So, see, he did 3,000 damage to himself. So, I think this boss has around 31,500. He just did 3,000, and Edward did about 1,000 to him so far. So he's about 27,000. Yeah, fight him. I'll have James heal him whenever it's his turn. I was going to up his vit. Oh shit, he's going to die. It's going to be too much. Yep, he dead. If the boss skipped... Damn it, okay, well, we're fucking dead, so I have to restart. I'm using the emulator if you haven't noticed. But yeah, so I think I explained the whole strategy, so... Yeah. I beat him pretty easily. The problem is that if you have to heal too many times and it messes with you applying reflect, it becomes a fucking problem. He tends to want to attack Koudelka, and I don't know why. I thought luck affected your chance to be attacked, but he doesn't. I think Koudelka, because of her pendant, which you need to beat the game, by the way, which is in the fountain. It's at that fountain behind the area where you go whenever you're by yourself as Koudelka. I'll show you whenever I go to get the sword you get for beating the gargoyle, but it's by that. I'll show you where you get it, but you need it to be able to beat the game, so make sure you get it. Damn it, I hope she got silenced. I know, because, well, sometimes Edward doesn't get silenced or anything by it, so we'll see. But I'm pretty sure she got silenced. It sucks. It's always annoying whenever he goes for that on the first fucking turn. Yeah, see, she got silenced. Oh no, she might still be able to cast if I do this. Let's hope so, because that'd be great. Besides, Edward can't do anything because the gargoyle's afraid of him. Although it's good, because that gives me the chance of putting reflect on James before I gotta start healing him. I want to put vitality on him, though. I want to fortify his vitality so he can take a little extra damage. It was basically what allowed me to beat the gargoyle so easily the time I beat him, is because I had fortify vitality on him, and Edward was doing enough damage to heal most of the damage he took from melee hits, and the boss did a lot of melee hits. Where am I? Oh, I'm right here. I'm going to stay here. Because I want to be right there so that I get pushed into James, and that's basically it. Oh wait, I need to reflect him first. So I want to fortify his vitality after this, but we'll gotta see what's up with his health after this. If his health is bad, then yeah. This is exactly why having your magic users in the back and then having a tank is amazing. Yikes. Is he gonna... Yep. Silence. Is he paralyzed too? Shit, yes he is. Was that 2 turns of Fortify? Hold on, I can check. I know what his stats will be like. No. I want to do it one more time and then start attacking. Yikes. Okay, can you piss off? Hopefully I get a fucking turn. The gargoyle seems to be pretty fast. I don't know its stats because I forgot to check, but it seems pretty fucking fast. I need to heal him though. Poison isn't that much of an issue if you have health, that is. Oh god. Okay, well he's not hitting Edward, so it's fine. And okay, so now he's got 28k left. Also, I noticed poison is taken on every other person's turn. You take damage, which is supposed to be why it's threatening, but it's only like 100 damage at best. Okay, I need to get a turn so that I can vitality him and then heal him. Okay, now he's got 25k around there. Okay. Okay, James' turn. Good, good, good. I'm gonna vid him and then I'm gonna heal him. Hopefully he'll be out of paralysis by then. Fucking sick of him being paralyzed. This song is so good. I love this part. Anyways, I'm gonna mute myself now. I explained my strategy and everything, so there we go. And that's what I mean that it takes a little... Sorry, wrong mic. And that's what I mean when I say that it takes a little bit of luck to be able to beat him this easily. Because he gets like, sometimes he, like whenever I beat him, he never got like 3 attacks in before I was able to heal James. But that time I didn't. Plus he hit him with the... he hit him like 3 times without James getting a turn. Sometimes he does that, sometimes he doesn't. And if he does it, you're pretty much fucked. But if he doesn't, you're fucking golden because, hell yeah. It's kind of one of those things that's really annoying. Honestly. I think this time, instead of attacking to recover health, I'll only attack if I have good enough health and James isn't doing something else like fucking reflecting everybody. But otherwise I might use Edward to heal himself. I don't know. Damn it. Anyways, I'm going back quiet. Gotta focus. Oh yeah, I forgot his piety is pretty high because of defense. Oops. Well, there you go. Actually, I thought that was a failure. Like in all the other ones where he died, I just gave up. Well, not really. I gave up because I let the gargoyle go past him. But in that, the gargoyle like went back. It was dumb. It was really weird. Didn't make sense. Anyways, we beat that. I used a Roman nut, which is like your mega healing item. It heals both HP and int fully. But yeah, that's the thing. Let's see. I'm gonna see what elixir's name. Restores all HP and MP. But see, Roman nuts are like the whiskey, where whiskey revives them and gives them some health. Roman nut revives them and gives them full health and MP. So it's like a reviving elixir. James has revival, but revival doesn't give you back MP, which I didn't really need, but revive also doesn't give you back like everything. Don't want to use Life Drinker anymore because I don't want it to break messing around with it, but I forgot to unequip it, so. Okay, so I'm going to show you where to get Koudelka's pendant, which is necessary to even get to the final boss and get a chance to beat him. And it's if you don't have the pendant, then you get a game over that it acts as an ending. I don't think it actually ends the game. I think it's just like game over, because you can. There is another way to get the pendant if you don't get it here, but this is the way where you don't have to look for a specific mob in a specific area to get it. So the pendant will be here. There will be a light here, and that's how you know it's there. You just grab it whenever you see the light here, and you got it. Because you can't backtrack after a certain point, so that's why you need to get it there. Or you can get it later, but it's better to get it there, just so you already have it and you don't have to go hunting it down. But yeah, you get a game over, which is kind of like an ending, but there's two endings for the final boss. One if you beat the final boss, and one if you fail. And they both count as actual endings. So this is the sword that you get for beating the gargoyle. You can't get it until you beat the gargoyle. So the life drinker, hold on, life drinker. Life drinker puts me up to 105, 101. Strength, this puts me up to 135, and it only gives me positive stats from the shotgun stats. So look, that's really freaking good, and I'm tempted to try using it on the final boss, but I know the first phase of the final boss is immune to physical damage. So we'll see. Life drinker actually takes away vitality, so it might be just for the health be a good idea to do that, since I can't even use a gun or anything on the final boss anyways. But let's go on the path to go to the final area and actually beat this game. I think I'm done talking for now, at least. Maybe later, but for now I'm done talking. I've explained my strategy for that gargoyle fight, explained where the pendant is, explained where Daniel's arm is, I showed you where to get that sword from. Sorry, I hit my mic. Yeah, let's beat this. Oh yeah, one little thing. This room and the room past this room where the save is where you can encounter the cat. And the cat gives you a cat's eye, which is a good weapon for Koudelka because it gives you quite a bit int. And I guess, James, if you're building him like that, I kind of went heavy piety and mind. I went heavy piety and a bit of mind and int, so.
It's amazing. Hey, what are you doing? What's that? No, don't!
I'm not asking for your help. This is my problem. None of you need to die with me here. Are you sure? Let's proceed. Saint Daniel Scodius, protect us from these evil spirits and grant us inner strength. Amen. Thou, who were created and born out of dust, now go quietly and return to thy Maker!
Okay. So I know. Okay, so I know exactly why that the boss is level 50. It's because they give you all these stat boost things. You don't need to necessarily be level 50 to beat her, or even 40. You could probably be like level 30-ish, and if you have enough of these stat boost items, you can pretty much make up for that. Plus, because they give you +3 for every time you use it, it's like if you're like level 40, you can go up in with if you take the stat points and you compare it to how much you get from the idols. Two idols will be 1.5 levels, so yeah, that's pretty fucking good. That makes sense. It also makes it why the gargoyle requires you to grind, because like if I didn't grind, I could still probably beat the final boss and stuff, but I grinded because I wanted to fight the gargoyle, so now I'm probably going to be honestly overpowered for the final boss. I know the final boss is supposed to be kind of hardish too, if you're not prepared for it, but I think because I beat the gargoyle, I'll be just fine. Plus all these idols, man. Damn it, I wish it wouldn't do this at really good times. That's so annoying. Sorry, guys. Nope. Still doing it. Anyways, so if you didn't have the pendant, you'd get smoked there. Because if you didn't notice, Koudelka used the pendant to... So, if you didn't have the pendant, you would have got smoked. I actually am going to keep that temporary save because I want to see that. I want to go back and do that after I beat the game. I want to go back, unequip the pendant, and then get smoked. Oh, enjoy the unique boss music, by the way. Not gonna lie, I thought she was dead there. I'm really sorry about that, guys. God damn it, video game. Well,
I have seen the most interesting happenings. It would be a waste to go back to sleep just yet.
damn it, man.
Hey, Koudelka. I wonder what she was about to say.
Dead people don't speak. It's just in your memories.
Huh? Is that how you explain what we just saw?
I guess.
Okay. I think. Hold on, let's see if there's another screen. Nope. Credits. Okay. So, I'm going to do something about this shit. So, give me a second. Hold on. Okay. So, let me switch up the thing. Okay. Hold on, let me announce the person because I don't want to just use it. So, Video Game Cinema, thank you for uploading the ending. I'm going to show it. Credit to them because they're the ones who uploaded it. Because my shit's broken. But here.
I have seen the most interesting happenings. It would be a waste to go back to sleep just yet.
Hey, Koudelka. I wonder what she was about to say.
Dead people don't speak. It's just in your memories.
Huh? Is that how you explain what we just saw?
I guess.
Memories. Somebody told me that after a loved one's death, all we have is memories. In these, we maintain an eternal bond with the dead.
Okay. So, by the way, this is, I'm using incognito for this, so these are not my recommends. But thanks, Video Game Cinema. Let's see if you guys have the bad ending. Oh, well, someone else has the bad ending. So that's the good ending. You beat the final boss. This is the bad ending for if you fail to beat the final boss. I'll show the other ending myself. So, hold on. Ultimisia FFB uploaded this in 2006. Yeah. So this is the bad ending. Thanks, Ultimisia FFB, for uploading it.
Is this my fault? Do you blame me? Are you punishing me now because the path of my faith was tainted? I accept my fate. If it is your wish, then I accept my fate. He who has an ear, let him hear. If anyone is to go into captivity he will go. If anyone is to be killed with the sword he will be killed. I am what I am. I am content with my lot. I have always loved you, Elaine.
Let's go home, James. Let's go home. I have such fond memories of those days.
No! Flames are coming this way!
Don't be silly. There must be something we can do. We'll be fine. Trust me.
In these crazy times, young people push themselves too much.
Ah, the sun came out. I prefer it a little hazier, though. Goodbye. We'll probably never see each other again.
Hey, your nickname. Slato? What does it mean? I haven't even asked you yet. Will you tell me?
It means treasure.
Oh, that's rich. I'll remember that. Treasure.
Is it okay, child, for you not to follow him?
Yeah, it's okay. I have a feeling that someday, somewhere, we'll meet again.
Okay, and this is the ending we got. So, it's probably, yeah, sitting at a menu. Thanks, Buffmaster. Thanks to all the people who uploaded these videos of the endings. Great, I should have started with this one. But, the game over ending is fucking brutal, dude. I think the game even warns you, actually. Hold on. If you know, I just realized you no longer have the pendant. Oh, see, it warns you right there. But see, okay, so if you don't have the pendant, a cat will spawn in this area, in this like burning tower area. A cat will spawn, and it's a special one because there are regular like cat enemies, but it's special, and it will drop the pendant once you defeat it. So you're not screwed. You just have to make sure you go get it. But it even warns you. That's hilarious. It's like, yo, what the fuck? You don't have your pendant, dude. You can feel a puss in the plant. It's so bizarre that they actually have an ending like this. I don't know why, but that's just so fucking funny. That's fucked up. that is bizarre that that's an ending at all. I like it though. I like that they have it. But yeah, that's all the endings. Remember Buffmaster on YouTube. Thanks specifically because I watched them all on that one. And I watched the good ending on the other person's. Anyways, so yeah, the good ending that I got is where we beat Elaine and James doesn't die. What is known as the bad ending, since the ending where you get blasted counts as just a game over and it doesn't count as an ending. Everybody else considers it an ending though. And then the second ending, which is a bad ending or the normal one, depending on if you think the other one's an actual ending. That one where James doesn't necessarily die. I guess I shouldn't have said died, but James ascends to heaven, whatever the fuck that means. That one leads into Shadow Hearts, which I've never played Shadow Hearts. All I know is that this game leads into Shadow Hearts if James ascends with Elaine. Is it somehow leads to Shadow Hearts. I have no idea because I've never played Shadow Hearts. I don't even know what the hell that is. Besides, it's an RPG that doesn't really play like this. So, but yeah. So that's Koudelka. Game over. That's it, I guess. But yeah, that's it, I guess. Thanks for watching. If you did, I guess, whatever. Glad I finished this. I was going to do this for Halloween, but I ended up not doing it because I didn't feel like doing anything on Halloween. And then I just haven't streamed since my Soul Calibur 6 stream. So I decided to stream Koudelka over the last 3 days. Finally beat it. Didn't spend like too much time. I think it's been like, trying to think. The first stream was like 6 hours. The other one was like 4. I mean, it says it took me 13 hours to beat the game, but I had to restart. I had to load a couple of times, I think. I had to reload a couple times, and plus I grinded for like a couple hours, like an hour, like 2 to 3 hours. So it's more like I beat it in like 10. Let's see what it says on the final save that I took. I like the Elaine's music a lot. 14 hours. So probably like 11. See, the stream has been 2 hours itself. So that's 2 hours, and I guess I could check, actually. I'm going to check and then I'm going to get off. I don't know when I'm going to, I'm going to stream Smash Bros. On Friday, but I don't know if I'm going to stream before that. I don't think so. Unless I have an idea, I probably won't. The only games I'm really going to play until January, when a shit ton of games come out that I want to play and that I'm going to buy. Until then, it's pretty much just Smash and maybe the Silver Case and 25th Ward, the Silver Case. So, okay, the first stream... No, wait, that one. So, yesterday's was about 4 hours. It was like 3:56. The first stream was 8 hours, so that's 12. And then this stream was 14. So, I guess by grinding, I made up for the time that I had wasted doing something, maybe? Or reloading. So, yeah, 14 hours. That's not bad. It's not super long. It wasn't super difficult either. And the only reason that it took 14 hours is because I was trying to beat the gargoyle. So that works out. Bye. Good game. I probably actually will play it again. Next time, though, I think I'm going to make Edward also a spellcaster. Maybe. I'm trying to think of enemies that are like immune to spellcasting. I think there are a couple that take less damage from certain types. I guess what I'll do is I'll play with Ed as a spellcaster, and I will have him, and I'll just use guides for bosses just to make sure that I'm not like going up against... I'll look through... I guess if I play it again, I'll look through all the bosses. I'll make sure that none of them are immune to all magic. And if that's the case, then I'll just play with everybody being a spellcaster, just Ed being the tank's spellcaster. Just do that. That actually sounds pretty fucking interesting. Pretty fun. So yeah, would play again. 10 out of 10.